Is that crazy or what? I got all confused. Wouldn't that be true? Right? I don't know why I'm not in that corner in the right. God, yeah, it's New Year's Eve. This will be the first Rocking Eve party of the lost. What's his name? Oh, the guy that apparently he got really bad. He'd had a stroke or more, but he was known for lasting forever. He was Dick Clark. Yeah. He just wore us down. We hated everything he was. Him and Ed McMahon. That was amazing. We were so distant at the same time. The cornet player didn't do well either. I've heard some. No, I remember. Hi, Bert. There's Bert, one of our fellows at the art school. He was as crazy as anyone. He was the craziest person I ever knew. My brother surpassed him, but died early. Something went wrong. Lies. I have to go make my next cigarettes. I'm going to do it. Because smoking cigarettes is easier than this. You just have to work it in. Can be done. That's all I'm... Wait. I'm going to show you a book, okay, Kimmy? Have me drop this by. Please, if it hasn't been part of your life so far. You want to tell people I need to tell you that. May not be true. So there's that. Yeah, I still got to make cigarettes. Here I go. There I am on it again. I was there in the balcony. I was in the balcony. And you saw those empty seats. So you wanted to be close, and it just ruined your night. All you wanted to do was rush up. I'm talking about the Bowie concert. I saw there were all these empty seats, and I was in the balcony, and it was like, oh God. Could I go do that? Could I get that? Could I be there? Could I end up right next to But I got better at it. I always ended up in the front. Well, even my friend, all of us ended up in the front row. Stupid. Well, the only time we went together, but I always did too. Luckily. I saw Jethro Tull 4 times, I think, came to. And once we hitchhiked with no guarantee of seats, and suddenly somehow they found a way to have 35 more bleacher seats, and they were just to the left. And I was dressed in a black. That was the only painting I ever made. Long sleeve shirt. I painted cuffs and everything. Live. And all his. I had it there. It was just a drawing with Brody's were too. The only painting I ever made. So, oh boy, I had my attention. I mean, I was young and on the edge of crazy. door. Wonder if this will be here. Come on.
I'm glad I got out there.
That's something. Wow. What if my goddess, Miss Fifi, led me to my resolution? Would I be surprised?
It'll be
Well, I know.
a notoriety, a piece of someone saw some. One day we'll know.
Yeah.
Betcha.
Yeah, you made me crazy. It's your fault. The Jaggers of the world just simply following your footsteps, hearing nothing similar down their street. It's understandable. Easy to refuse. I'm wrestling with a cigarette too, but not knowing if you're hearing it. Is it pretty high? I have a box just to throw things in it. The ones that can't come in. Try again. I've learned to do these two things. Render the one unimportant, then go on. And here I am. I only wanted 5 cigarettes. Seems to be a pretty good.
Then these things come up, you know, the jitterbugs, and you can never tell. I think an arrow has to show up before it's.
Oh, I'm working out, right? Let me see. Yes. 6 successful cigarettes. Not that easy. I seem to be handling the humidity dilemma without much effort. I'm told to put newspaper. I will do that. I hope. Yeah, one of them at least is soggy near the end. I'll deal with it. Be fine. 7. That's nothing. Is that more than nothing?
He and I had a thing.
I'm getting rid of that dark pocket. What a great
We
place.
lay in a bed together.
Here we are.
This lake that we were renting while the house was being built on Flathead Lake.
Ugh.
This guy was nuts and
What a
drunk,
story.
and his dog.
Yeah, it was the hangover of being
And
successful
my brother and
for
I
my
laid in
parents
bed,
and
we touched toes.
No.
And we both
grandiose dreams,
was
houses.
the last time we was in
I saw my father skid on his knees.
both
That can't be true.
listened to
Yeah. Maybe. On the phone, proclaiming.
we listened to Bowie.
Anyway.
But it was Hunky Dory. It was the
Christian
first
thing.
really.
Yeah. And I had my uncle on the side who was a piece of the same madness that Eastern Montana was. Way beyond Dallas, kind of upkeep. And he was so embarrassed or ashamed. And we were on the same page, and I hated that about myself. Which means I hated him, I guess, but I hated everybody. What the? Thank you, guys. Let me out of that one. Verbal vocalize. Did you hear that?
I love that made up.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
Right.
Well, I mean, I can't imagine as much as these will be imagined, but I can imagine they will be. So, yeah, skip rope. Slow by your heart. Graduating from Oxycontin. It's a continent into itself. How that could have happened. Indicative of what? What I love is that the governor that dicked out his opposition by calling him a monkey the first time he spoke on the subject asked for civics to be introduced to young minds.
Is it picking up on the sounds?
Was he a backer packer of?
Maybe.
I know. We all do. Transcendental manifestation. Never heard that out of myself before. I'm going to probably get a .com out of that. Transcendental. Yeah. Yeah, when you misspell these days and make a point of it, you get points.
I did. I heard it again.
Yeah?
It's all there.
It's all there. Oh, come on. You didn't know that. That's a line from a song, you would. Wow, look at that. That looks like some science fiction monster inside. No, it's just a fire thing, picture of a fire thing. And then there was a box. I mean, I've lived with these things for a couple decades and never thought there was any reason for them to be what they were. Yeah, I mean, except I got ideas out of it, but it takes you forever to accept that it could be accepted by others, that there is a hand there holding up a piece of paper to the person reading. They left me cold. I wasn't even there when they got made. DVD. I saw things. I had to make myself see a pigeon right there. Really bent on it, because it was the only proof I had there was anything there. So I didn't understand the symbolism of any of it.
A Jewish guy that was coming in realized later another thing was like I was just laying in the field with a little, like an inch and a half long green caterpillar kind of thing, and he was walking by them too.
Harriman. You guys all love Harriman. I said what it was. It just sounded like the other thing to me, anyway.
But it would have been that my brother's backward swastika would have been a real swastika.
Yeah. Wow. And I really feel I was in that field with a caterpillar when he was walking on that same sidewalk. I saw him through the window, looking past the swastika. Anyone hear about it from him? I'll bet.
My brother died.
Yeah, the brother that made the swastika backwards.
Delusional. I love when that thing up there.
Delusional. And his son had to cut it off when I told him how magical I thought we both were.
An arrow is a what? It's a what's the speed thing? Something moving. That verb.
and that's
Bird.
That's it. I'm loving you, loving you. You're done, niggas with them. Wang, 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 wang. Better future always returns. Simple idea.
Presidential what? That's scary. Oh, it's in another video what turned into.
I've lived this whole birth of computerism as like a broken circuit in an electric board diagram. And there hasn't been a time on the turf with it. Hasn't ever been fun before what I'm seeing myself doing. All right? I got brought up. I was near the Chicago Artists Institute in big waves.
Wow, someone's gonna be. I mean, we've got some stuff.
They had a theater under stairs called the Goodman, and I knew I knew someone. I knew herself, her daughters. We all lived in that.
Going to.
And then Lexi got plugged in. You guys all know him. He was a librarian, the Art Institute. The Goodman, did I mention it? Mrs. Cook? No. I mean, and her daughters. The many daughters.
The last two.
The Enchantment. The Comte de Malderar. I could not. Man, the theatrics of finally being mentioned in the same sentence.
Reading that.
I did. I read the Comte de Malderar one time. Oh. It's Comte de Lautremont. See, I can't do it. Malderar is the name of it. That's all right.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to talk about Raymond Rousseau now.
Maybe you remember.
Impressions of Africa.
Run to your dictionary.
Can't help it.
Not that we had any sources back then.
Wow. It's so sweet to know there's only 1846 going. I have a 3226, I think. I'll be sure sometime. It is always the same, I believe. Could be wrong. I thought my daughter's birthday was always on spring day. But it was only sometimes. And so I never knew her. I had upset her. I upset her, I know. I felt bad. I hadn't noticed that it changed. I thought it was always on her.
A day off. It's a Sunday. I'm supposed to be treating the guests of Riviera, but I'm not. So they canceled major party things, and for this, 100% participate. I mean, yeah, we're not doing this one. This is great. This. We had a playlist. That was what it was. This one night. There's 4 in here. So these are them. This is what I got those books. And I didn't know what was coming. So I got this.
Wow. Oh, gee, I like this time.
Yeah, I couldn't understand.
Didn't know
I
how to
didn't, well, no,
place
there
it.
were 2
I'd never been part of
exact
something like
same
this
shape
before, of course.
envelopes on top of each other, and I thought it was just a thin system.
Polly.
But it was 2 separate books. And then the other. And I thought they were both going to be
Something.
the one.
This whole thing was something.
Coming up now.
And then a week later, a second copy of Madrigal's Way. I just stuck that because I couldn't remember. I'll remember. They'll show it.
Yeah.
There we go. Like this foggy orange. And there's another cover. I think I have it and I could show you right now. I should try. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll go through with this.
I didn't notice till later after that video.
Have to turn it in. That's not a good sign.
And this was a complete shot. I somehow just allowed myself to spend money for the first time in ancient times. I just found out I had a book I felt I had violated. My son's mother got retrieved for him, where they had an exchange place with a giant alligator. I did. I said to myself. Certain restaurant, and I read like 10 pages, and it was like my son and I have had these great common experiences of certain genre, very easily defined. They actually, some of them charge more.
I tore into this book, and pretty soon I looked up and found out it was all bent and twisted. But I put it under some weight, and it's come out good. So I feel like I've unfailed a violation. I love that. No, but I wanted to show you this other copy because it came and it had the same mysterious nature theme illustration. It was a photograph that was just totally abstractive too, like eagles doing something, exchanging something they do with their claws. I see what just happened. I don't believe in it. Do I? Of course I do. Can't help it.
And I may have learned how space heaters work.
Yeah, this was great. This meant so much to me. It was so uncomfortable, so much. And other people would be too. And I want to bring up something. You can check your brake lights by backing up to a hedge. So anything else works as well. And that is one of the most important misunderstood things. My daughter and I drove by a guy who didn't have any lights on his back end, but had headlights. And he had this big Admiral thing that was just clogging and coming off his back. And he was so upset. And I know we saved his goddamn life. I believe it anyway. I mean, that's just what to think about. Never imagined saying that, but we just did that. Now we just were yelling through the window. You can't, you have no lights. Saved his ass. He knows me now. He knew us. She's a bubble defender. She's been finding out she had to be my daughter for a while now. I have to allow myself to enjoy myself. And I know it's unsettling. What entertains me.
We'll make a horizontal video.
All right.
Going on.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is all about
I'm gonna make the horizontal.
waiting on the other side. Do this for the shadow.
There's a choice, and in art school, the vertical was the uplifting. The horizontal was like
This is the world I came from.
representative
I
of
noticed it.
linear
Going on
time,
all around me.
which pot isn't.
Yeah, so I just figured out. Seems to be living proof. When it's hot enough,
Yeah.
you turn I knew what was being talked about. Space shuts off.
It's an absolute fact. It's one of the most important things people can know about being comfortable. Maybe other people figure. I don't organically somehow. I don't know the other world. I love it, but I don't either. Well, I might have a little touch, but that was nothing
A wide video ever.
compared to what I wish was part of.
Color. Let's see. I want to get as far as possible and keep this long enough. You never let some. You see it. A little there. Yeah, it's bleeds down. I never let anybody else put up in the
Crème soutine. Wow. God, I didn't know this was coming out like this. I mean, it didn't make much of an impression. There was the heater in question. Look at that face. Isn't that what I was brought up to appreciate? Isn't it important someone did more?
It's sort of like an app, isn't it?
Than most. That can be
melancholy.
so.
Is this not a ray with guts?
You should see that.
Just outside. Look at those little bees. That's where it came out.
Rays.
Now maybe that was a person on the street. Had nothing burst. Promise.
Wow, I had an interest, you can tell.
Early.
Early.
Wow, I can quit.
Wonder if I'll ever.
No, we'll wait. Let it run out. But I mean, this is, I can't, isn't that?
Yeah.
The original is Lenny.
He finds it in every single one. It's a new thing. It's a new expression. Every one of them were the exact same pinnacle accomplishment. No fakes here. That's how close to madness you have to be. I'm sorry.
To be allowed. Wait, I've been looking at this last piece. I can't believe you hurt this bug.
No, we grew up. We had only a tiny spot of reference. I never knew of. I mean, he seems like at least half landscape. I mean, and buildings. And I had an Oscar Kokoschka book. There was all horizontal things of the same bridge, page after page. And, God, it was